Here. Oh, we're live.
Yep.
So I'm gonna.
Preparing to live stream the meeting, setting you up for a meeting on YouTube. All right, you are up.
Hi guys, welcome to Tips and Tricks Tuesday with OEA. I'm Heather Cody, Teaching and Learning Specialist.
And I am Laura Millard, also Teaching and Learning Specialist, just on the other side of the state.
We're going to teach you today about a Bitmoji classroom, and we're so excited to show you this because we had a lot of fun making ours. As you can see our classroom up here and another little fun room that we made, just hanging out, trying to figure out what we're doing. So here we go. The first thing that you guys are going to absolutely need to do, one second, I'm going to put back up today's agenda. So the first thing that you have to do if you're looking at today's agenda is that you're going to have that Bitmoji extension for your classroom. But you have it on your phone, you use it on Snapchat, you see them on Facebook, but how do we get them to our Google? So you're going to have to do a Google search for Bitmoji, and I've pulled that up. And right here, it will say add to Chrome. You're going to add it to your Chrome. This has to be in a Chrome browser. You must do this in a Chrome browser. So add it to Chrome, add extension, and I'm going to log in with my Snapchat. It already has my Snapchat information because I've done this to make my Bitmoji a classroom. So I'm adding it. I'm going to continue. And continue again. And I have now, I'm back logged in and have my Bitmoji there. So, but how do we add it for quick accessibility to add our people to our classroom? Before we continue on, let me show you how to do that. Up here, you'll see your Google sign in when you have your Google, and then a little puzzle piece. It will have all your extensions. I've deleted all of mine just to show you Bitmoji. Add Bitmoji, and it is now pinned right here. And you will see this lovely options come up of you everywhere. And you can search anything and it will show up. So we're ready for that. We now have Bitmoji on our computer, and we're going to start creating a Bitmoji classroom. Again, this is in Google Chrome and in a Google Slide. This is a Google Slide application is where you make it, and that is where we're going to produce our new slide. So we have our Bitmoji extension. We're now needed to go work on our background. The first thing that you want to do is delete all text box off of your Google Slide. Simple, easy, done. The next thing you want to do is go right here where it says background at the top. Click a background and choose an image. You have a ton of ideas of what you can do. The first thing, you could have saved these on your computer, but we're going to Google image search because that's the quickest way to find one. And you are looking for an image that says floor and wall. So you want to search for floor and wall backgrounds. As you can see, this is a very, very popular search right now. So you want to look for, you can use Classrooms, free, or for Google Slides. It's very common. These are super common. Yes, Laura?
Do we also want to search for a transparent one, or will
Not
just
on the
anyone
background.
do?
Not
Okay.
anything on the backgrounds, but when we get to furniture, we are going to use the word transparent. So
Awesome.
right now for floor and walls, just floor and wall black backgrounds. Here, you want to make sure that you have a floor and wall and you can see where they meet, so that looks three-dimensional. Laura and I in our first picture used this background. Also, what's wonderful about doing this on Google Slides, Laura and I, like she said, we're across the state. I'm in Tulsa. She's on the very west side of the state in Cheyenne, Oklahoma. So we were able to both share this slide and work on it together. So super fun. And we did it via Zoom, or you can just do it on Google. So I'm just going to click the very first one. That's the one that Laura and I used. We can recreate what we have, or we can recreate whatever we feel like it. So again, we're going to choose that image and say done. This way, when it is your background, the reason this is so important is that cannot be moved. Your background cannot be moved around. So I can click on it and it's not going to go anywhere. This is now my slide. Oops, not going anywhere. Yeah, my screen's so big. So now we have our background. What's next? Furniture. Also,
Furniture.
the best part. What do we need in a classroom? This is your choice. Do you want a desk? Do you want a couch? Do you want desk? We'll go back to our original one. Laura and I decided a couch. We're no longer in the classroom, even though we do miss it. We have a couch, and this looks like an office that you guys can come and visit and talk to us, but we will create probably a classroom. Let's create a classroom.
I like the classroom.
So here's our background. And don't worry that there's not a whiteboard and that wasn't in your image search. We're going to show you how to do all of that today. So insert, right underneath the title, we're going to go into insert, image, search the web. Again, you can have these uploaded from your computer, but I don't think you have any transparent pictures of a desk, but I may be wrong. So transparent is the very first word that you need in your search, because we do not want to have a background on this picture. We want our new background that we just chose to be the background. So transparent desk. Well, what kind of desk are we looking for? We have several options. I see this desk used a lot, so let's just use this desk.
Sounds
We're
good.
going to insert it. And when we're placing this desk, we want it to make it look like it's actually in the classroom, size-wise and up against furniture. So this is not a real tree, but a planted tree, I mean a potted tree. So what does that look like for a classroom? Also, I don't really like the way this desk is facing, so I'm going to right-click it and I can rotate my desk. I'm going to flip it horizontally so it's just the other way. And now I have a desk facing the other way. So there is my desk. Do you like it, Laura?
Yeah, I guess.
So here is my desk. Now, what else do we need in a classroom? My favorite thing in my classroom was my whiteboard. I loved coloring on it and having my students color on it. So how am I going to create such a whiteboard that can be interactive, that looks like it's been written on, and that maybe you could put your today's agenda? I know I'm looking at my daughter's kindergarten teacher's bitmoji classroom every day, and theirs changes by day and has their daily agenda on it. So I keep having to move us around too. I'm going to insert a shape, and a whiteboard is just a rectangle. So I'm going to insert that right here. But now I just have a white block on the wall. It's not outlined, there's nothing on it. I'm going to change my border again, right at the top row by your fill color. There's the border, not border color, border thickness. And 8, I played around with this a lot. So 8 points is about normal thickness for a border. Now it looks like you have a whiteboard in your classroom. In Laura and I's classroom, we have added some pictures of ourselves and the title of today's session, or what we're going to do every Tuesday, and of course an OEA banner, because we have to represent us. So
Heather, I have a question.
Yep.
On the whiteboard. When you go back to our slide, if you'll notice, my little bitmoji is kind of in front of the wall. How do you keep her from blending, or how do you arrange things?
So when we need to arrange things, I was actually going to talk about this when I put the desk in. So here's a great example. I just put my desk, I scooted it back a little bit closer to the wall because I wanted a little bit more floor space. Again, it's not on the wall, it's still in front of it. but now my whiteboard is on top of my desk, and that doesn't look realistic. So
Right.
what do I need to do? I'm going to click on this shape or whatever object that you want to send towards the back, and maybe I can see everything, maybe not. Oh, order. I'm going to, I can't see everything. I'm going to send to the back. That means this time, if anything that I put in front of that whiteboard now, the whiteboard is always going to stay in the back. Now, it's not very noticeable anymore, but if I would move my desk up a little bit, you would see that it's still in the back.
Perfect.
Gotta make sure that looks real.
Yeah, there we go. All 4 legs on the floor. Four on the
legs
floor.
on the
That's
floor.
what we always, yep.
The classroom term that we're not used to saying anymore.
I know, right?
So now I have a whiteboard and I have a desk. What else are we missing? We're missing us. We don't have pictures of me or pictures of Laura in here. And I'm going to allow Laura to add herself. But
let's
Laura,
see.
do you want to be the teacher?
I don't care. Let's see. I've got to come over here. Where are you putting yourself so I know?
I don't know yet. I could be a student. I'm going to insert another piece of furniture because I don't see a bitmoji with a chair. So I'm going back to adding an image, and I'm now going to do a transparent desk chair. I kind of like this blue one, not gonna lie. Ooh, that's a big chair.
That is a big chair. What do you do about that?
I am now sizing my image down to make it look realistic. And again, it's now facing the wrong way. So I'm going to flip it horizontally just to mirror the image exactly. And I'm going to sit by my desk, but not in my desk. Again, all 5 legs of this chair are on the ground still. And I'm going to, I did not pin this, so it's going to move. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my Bitmoji again, and now I need myself sitting down. So if I just search for sitting, I'm sitting. And I'm going to drag myself over. But again, I'm facing the wrong way. So I have to flip myself horizontally again. And now I fit in my chair. I look a little big, so I can again size my Bitmoji, just taking those corners and dragging them and putting myself in the chair. Of course, Bitmojis are not proportionate. They are cartoons. My feet don't touch the floor, but that's okay.
You just have your chair pushed up too high. And I want to clarify, whenever I went in and added my Bitmoji, I was not working on Heather's screen. We're working on Google Slides, and we both have access to it. So I can go in and make edits to that as well. So Heather did not have access to my Bitmoji. So if you want someone else's Bitmoji, you're going to have to share your presentation with them and then let them add it.
And I am seeing on Facebook a lot of teachers adding their students' Bitmojis, especially for secondary. And so you can have them send them to you in an email, however you'd like to. Just save them as an image on your computer. And instead of searching the web, when you go to insert an image, you would image upload from computer or from your drive, wherever you may have your photos, or even in your Google Photos.
Heather, before we go on, I have one more question. When you went up to the top to your little puzzle piece cog and you said that you were going to pin that, what does that mean?
I'm pinning, oh, I can't show you anymore. When I pinned my Bitmoji, that means the little icon for Bitmoji is staying there, right there the whole time. So that way it's easy to find. Click on it, that extension's always there, and I can search anything, and it's still there.
Excellent.
And again, if you look through your Bitmojis, it's just like Snapchat or Facebook, all your options, your highs, your hi, like hellos, your love emojis, your different expressions, and your sad ones, and your celebration. But again, you can always search. And I will say that Bitmoji has added a lot of these Bitmoji expressions just for what's happening. They're seeing the Bitmoji craze go crazy, especially for the classroom. So there are a lot more things in there, as you'll see. So I'm going to go back to Laura and I's original classroom that we made before this. And I'm going to show you guys a couple things that we have and how you would add them or get some ideas. So we've added a computer and a iPad and a drink on our coffee table, and even this rug. Laura's the rug master, not me. And she could find that and add that. And again, all the ordering of your items is so important. Again, you can see even this frame is sent to the back, so it's not behind it's behind the tree. Or Laura's Bitmoji here is on the couch is on the behind, then Laura, then the iPad. So these are all separate images. Oh man, I don't know if I can I'm trying to get just the right,
Now you've done it.
So I don't even know if there is the laptop. They're all separate images. And I believe Laura has, she has put herself behind the iPad already, so that iPad is still on top of her legs when I move her around. So back to our classroom. So now we're here. We have chairs. Laura's holding a lot of books. We have a blank whiteboard and a desk. What else are we missing? You saw Laura and I's picture of OEA, but this is a great place you can type because it automatically turns into a text box, and you can write your agenda. And just like any other text box, you can move the alignment up, so that way it's at the top of your board, not the middle. So I could say today's agenda for 9/1/2020, and I want to underline that. You can even change the font to make it look like handwriting if you would like. That's probably as good as my teacher handwriting was some days.
I think it was better than mine.
Then I'm going to underline that because I don't want anything else. So, and I need smaller writing now. So we did our Bitmoji. That's too small. Maybe. I don't even know if I'm typing. I'm going to do Bitmoji extension. We've done that. We've done our background. And we've added our Bitmoji. So it's adding.
Heather, what if I wanted to, while you're typing that, what if I wanted to make this look more like my classroom at school? And I've got posters and stuff hanging on my wall at school. Could I take a picture of the posters at school and post them in my Bitmoji classroom?
You could. So
really?
Also, yes. So they would be in your insert images. And they would most likely be on your upload to your computer, or you can even search them on the web. Also, if you have bought them off Teacher Pay Teachers and they have sent them to you in a JPEG or PDF file, they can upload those same exact posters the same ones that are hanging in your classroom right here from Upload Computer. So if I wanted to add another, I keep having to move us, shape. Again, I'm going to move this around. So don't worry if it's covering my face right now. And now I want, because that's where I want something on the wall, just to kind of put a placeholder, and I want a frame. So again, change my border weight to 8. And I want to insert an image, and I want to search the web. And now I want a Beatles poster. We can do the iconic one here. Insert. It's going to be massive. So I'm actually going to delete that real quick. Oh no, it is now in front of my face, and I'm going to order that and send it all the way to the back because it's against the wall, and anything in front of it will be behind in front of it. Anything in front of it will stay in front of it. If I can, let me move myself again. And
Perfect.
there's my Beatles on the wall, just behind my desk like I have at my classroom. And I've put my own personal touches. Today I wrote on the whiteboard. I'm just going to get rid of that for just a second and then add it back. Okay, so you have your classroom exactly the way you like it. You don't want to change it. You don't want to do anything else with it. You want to screenshot this. You are going to want to screenshot this and save it.
Okay, how come?
Because if I screenshot this, I'm going to copy this in 1 second. If I screenshot it, I am now permanent. Nothing can be moved.
Okay.
You won't be able to do that with the teacher. If you share this, your students will not be able to move you or your friends or add anything to the background. So always save, especially if you use this every day, please save your background and save it as an image so you can upload it as that background, just like I did when I picked my original background. It will be in your images. You will go to a new one.
So Heather, if you do that and you say that, will I be able to change my Bitmoji out at that point?
I will not.
Okay.
I will stay the same. Laura would stay the same. We would stay the same here as well. Again, you can have as many setups as you want, but your Bitmojis would not be able to change. You'd be able to add more on top, but you would not be able to change what you have. So the reason I did that, I had already started typing on my whiteboard before I decided I needed to do that, but I just cut it out with Control X, and I'm going to, oh no, it's gone now because, you know. So, agenda. We have saved our background. We can now add links to this. We can now add links. So, that's why you see teachers adding that background. That's why you see teachers adding the links on the top of their today's agenda on their whiteboard. Laura and I are going to share our agenda, our original room with you guys, and our pictures and different objects are all links. Whereas if you're using a background multiple times, those links would no longer be active. So your original one would have your original background would have the links, but when you copy and paste that picture as a background, you no longer have those links. Those links do not copy through. So again, these are our today's agenda. And if I could spell today's agenda, it's kind of like you're in class all over again. And you guys were wondering about that.
Yeah,
Bitmoji.
not totally like you were in class. No one went, Miss Cody, you're wrong.
Yeah, I spelled it wrong. You spelled it wrong. So make this bigger. And what I'm going to show you is adding this Bitmoji extension. I'm going to add a link to that. So I have, now it looks like I've written on my whiteboard. I'm going to highlight Bitmoji. And I'm going to say right up here in your toolbar, the little paper link, click that. And it's taken my text that I knew that I wanted to use. And now I'm going to paste a link. Well, it knows that I have, that's a tab that I have open on my computer. I'm going to add this as my link and apply it. It is now hyperlinked. So if I click on this, it's going to take me straight to the Bitmoji extension. You can do this with anything. You can do this to your Canvas. You can do this to your classroom. This can be in, this whole Google Slides can be inserted into your Canvas and have those extensions already there. And that is how you add an extension. Let's go back to Laura and I's original classroom, and I'm going to show you what we are linked to and what our objects are. So if you click on the OEA, it takes you to the Join OEA website. If you go to our fun picture, it takes you to a Go Noodle. Laura's iPad takes you to our membership video and why OEA isn't so important. If you click on me, let's see if it happens. Man, sorry, Laura.
That's okay. Literally having to carry me.
Where's my link? Doesn't like me. I promise my link. I'm linked to NEA Racial and Social Justice. Laura, you're linked to?
We didn't link me.
Oh, you're not linked? Okay.
Mm-mm.
And then if you, links can be tricky, guys, and hovering over them can be.
The tips and tricks should have been linked to our Facebook page.
And I think our laptop's linked to something too, is it? I don't know.
I don't think we did. I think we did that on our LAMP and our second to join the discussion with our forums, which kind of leads us into what we have coming up.
Right.
Wah, wah, wah.
Laura, what's next week?
Next week on the agenda. What did we decide? Let's look.
We're gonna do Google Forms.
Oh yes, Google Forms.
We're gonna do Google Forms next week and how to use them in your classroom, how to use how to have them graded for you, and how the tips and tricks so you're not repeating. So not every student may have the same quiz. Randomizing questions and answers. So if you may be in school and you're practicing distance learning in school before, God forbid, we have to go back to closed, your students aren't sitting next to each other with the same exact test, but the same test with the same questions, just different orders, and they're not copying 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, how to have them assigned and graded in your gradebook on Google Classroom.
And we'll also go over the different types of questions that are available on Google Forms and kind of show you what it looks like when you get responses from those.
Right. So next week.
So, and then the following week is the one that I'm pretty excited about. She's listening, so she is probably going to go, wait a minute. We are going to try to talk Brianna Flatley, who is our new OEA staff member. into doing a virtual classroom advanced lesson. And I am pretty excited about that. I want everyone to think gaming, like, I don't know, Super Mario. She has got some of the most amazing lessons. And you guys can play around with our tips and tricks of what we were doing. If you come up with a question that you have, you're welcome to send it to us. And Heather, I'm going to get you that.
I was I'm going to also delete our agenda and next week agenda and put our emails on here so you guys can see them. Laura is lmiller@okea.org. I'm Heather. Okay, I'm Heather Cody, and my email is hcody@okea.org. And we are here all the time with questions. And if you just want to email us, we can show you.
And Heather, we also have a page set or a form set up on our okea.org page.
Perfect.
And it is okea.org/tricks. And if you want to go to that, if you have a question or if you have a suggestion for something you would like to see us present, you can fill that out and it will go to us.
Yes.
And we can work on setting up something or at least getting back to you as far as helping you out with anything you may need help with.
Yes, please. So these are, you can see all of these links right there. Please take down our emails. Please visit our website so you guys can send out a form to show us what you would like to see in the following weeks. We plan on doing this for as long as we need to. We know it's not easy. We know you guys are putting in overtime, beyond overtime, to get even ready if your school district goes this way or if you're already there. So I know you guys are spending a ton of hours away from your own family and homeschooling your own children. So we applaud you for all that you're doing for the students in Oklahoma. I could not thank a teacher enough right now. Thank you.
And I want to say thank you as well. And thanks everyone for tuning in or watching us on the playback.
We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.